Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for The Birth of a Nation. This movie was a heavy movie, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it's a movie about slavery, and it brings you face to face, like, with the true atrocities of that time. It is a heavy movie to watch, but I have to say the acting and the performances in this movie were very compelling. Nate Parker playing Nat Turner. I mean, the whole movie is the true story about him and about his rebellion, and you know, when the whole movie is based around this character, it's based around his decisions, it's based on his stand, you need that role to be strong. And I thought Nate Parker portrayed this role well, and that he was a really strong actor in this. So I thought that was really well done. Armie Hammer, he played this character Samuel, who was basically the slave owner on the property that, you know, Nate Turner was on, so he owned Nate Turner. And his performance was really, really good, because from the beginning, I was kind of on the fence about Armie Hammer's character. Like, there were things that were likable about him, but a lot of things I didn't like about him, you know? But as the movie progressed, by the end of it, I really did not like that guy. But that tells me what a good job Armie Hammer did as an actor, that he was able to take me on that journey from, yeah, you're somewhat likable, to, oh, you are a despicable human being. And so I thought that was a really great job there. And just all the supporting roles and supporting actors in this, they did a great job. Another thing about this movie that was compelling was the way they approached the story and told the story and constructed the story. It was interesting the way it opened with Nat as a kid, Samuel as a kid, so you got a glimpse into their friendship, which made that compelling. It brought you into the characters there. The child actors that played them were really, really good. And then right there as a kid, I mean, you have these people like speaking prophecies over Nat and talking about how listen to the words he's gonna say. So things like that right there kind of get you hooked in there. And then again, this speaks to the performances of Nate Parker as it's going through the life of Nat Turner, showing him growing up and starting to become a preacher. I thought it was compelling to watch him going from place to place to preach, because it turns out like all these slave owners were hiring Samuel to bring Nat to these different plantations and things to preach a message of, hey, you be good to your masters and you serve them completely, no questions asked. But as Nat is going there to speak this, he's seeing the sheer evil that these people, these slave owners are committing. He's seeing the atrocities. And you know what? This is where this movie is pretty graphic. There are some graphic things in this movie, and it just brings you face to face with those atrocities. I know I've said that before, but I'm saying it again. That's something that this movie did, is it kept bringing you face to face with the evil and the atrocities that were committed in that time. And you're watching as Nat sees this with his own eyes, and you're seeing the disgust and things like that, which there's this moment in the trailer where he's preaching this sermon, like sing a new song and things like that. It was a powerful moment in the movie, and I don't believe this is a spoiler, but it's a powerful moment in the movie because it's that moment where, look, these guys are telling me to preach, you know, the idea of be good to your masters, but look, I'm going to tell you to sing a new song and start rejoicing. And it was just that moment, that first moment of, I'm not going to preach those words you're telling me to preach. You're taking scriptures from the Bible and you're taking them way out of context to get what you want. And, you know, it was just that moment where he stopped doing that. And it was a very powerful moment. And again, I have to say Nate Parker's performance made things like that really powerful. And so the way the story approached that, I thought that was well done. If there were negatives, I would have to say, like, especially as you get towards, like, the middle of this movie, I feel like the pacing of it slows down more than it needed to. I mean, it is a drama, and so there's a reason that the movie's paced the way it's paced, but I still feel like there were moments where the pacing slowed down more than it needed to. Also, there were a couple times where they were doing these, like, lapse time montages, and a couple of them were pretty good. It's like, okay, I can see that some time has passed. There were a couple times where a character said something, I haven't seen you in months, and it's like, it's been months? So, like, there were a couple moments like that I was like, okay, but I get it. I mean, you're trying to go through this guy's whole life, but still, I don't know. I just feel like it slowed down in a few places where it didn't need to slow down as much, and some of the time lapses I wish they were a tad bit more apparent than they were, but yeah. In the end, I'm going to give this movie a B+. I mean, I thought the performances were great. The way that they approached this story in the movie, I thought the way they told the story was compelling. It did hold my interest, but there were places where it was slower than it needed to be. How about you? What did you think? Did you see The Birth of a Nation? Let me know if you liked it in the comments. While you're there, hit that subscribe button. Be on top of all the new videos coming out here. I'm Durbin. Thank you so much for checking out Durbania.